Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ira's Think Tank. Today we will be talking about people-pleasing as a behavior and its link to past trauma. I would also like to thank our growing community. We have passed 100 followers and we are very excited and wanted to thank our subscribers. People-pleasing is one of the most misunderstood behaviors. Most people think it's just being nice, being easy to get along with, or being the kind of person who avoids conflict. But the truth is, people-pleasing is almost never about kindness. It's about fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of being abandoned, or fear of being punished in some way for having needs of your own. People-pleasing is a trauma response. It's a survival strategy that your nervous system learned to keep you safe a long time ago. Usually in childhood, if you grew up in a home where your emotional needs weren't acknowledged, or where love was unpredictable, or where anger and criticism were common, then your brain learned something very quickly. It learned that your safety depended on the emotional state of the people around you. If they were calm, you were safe. If they were upset, your world became dangerous. So you learned to monitor. You learned to study tone, body language, facial expressions. You learned to shrink, soften your voice, apologize even when you didn't do anything wrong, and shapeshift into whatever version of yourself caused the least disturbance. You didn't learn this because you were weak. You learned it because you were smart. You adapted. You survived. But now that you're an adult, the same strategy that once protected you is now hurting you. Because people-pleasing is self-erasure. It means your needs are never expressed. Your boundaries are never enforced. Your emotional exhaustion becomes your normal state of being. People-pleasers often don't even realize they're doing it. They just know that they feel tense in relationships. They feel anxious when someone is upset. They agree to things they don't want. They say it's fine when it isn't. And then they go home overwhelmed, resentful, and emotionally drained. Here's the core truth: you don't say yes because you want to. You say yes because you are afraid of what will happen if you say no. And that fear didn't come from nowhere. It came from real experiences. Maybe your parents didn't handle frustration well. Maybe love was given to you only when you were useful, quiet, helpful, or emotionally low maintenance. Maybe you were the child who was expected to be the strong one, the responsible one, the peacemaker. So you learned to be who others needed, not who you actually are. Now let's talk about what this costs you. People-pleasers attract takers, controlling people, and emotionally needy partners. You will attract people who love how easy you are. They love that you don't challenge them. They love that you don't complain. They love that they can rely on you to fix, manage, and absorb their emotional world. But they do not love you. They love your compliance. This leads to one of the deepest emotional wounds: being surrounded by people, but feeling completely alone. And you might wonder why this keeps happening. Why you keep ending up in friendships or relationships where you give more than you get. The answer is simple: you were never taught that you were allowed to take up space. So how do you break the cycle? You begin by practicing one simple sentence: let me think about it. You don't have to commit immediately. You don't have to explain. You don't have to justify. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to disappoint people. You are allowed to be inconvenient. You will feel guilty at first. That's normal. That guilt is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. It's a sign that you're healing. Because your worth is not based on how useful you are. You deserve friendships where your needs matter. You deserve relationships where love isn't earned or owed. You deserve to speak your mind. You deserve to rest. I want to take a quick break to ask if you are getting knowledge from this video to please subscribe. If you are on YouTube, you hear this a lot, but it lets us grow, and I would love to do this full time and even maybe build a studio. If we are able to monetize, we would like to put that money towards opening ABA centers for children on the spectrum. You don't exist to keep the peace. You exist to be whole. If this resonates with you, you're already breaking the pattern. The moment you recognize the behavior, you are no longer controlled by it. Say it with me: I am allowed to take up space. Thank you again for watching, and please check out our other videos. We are expanding into new fields and would love to have you as part of our growing community.